We continue now with a roundtable that is very close to my heart, the Operators Roundtable that we have been organizing for quite a good number of Purple Summits and have been the delight of the attendees, and I trust it's going to be the same for today. I would like to invite with me on the stage now Laurent Feurer, Orange France, Marketing Director, Products and Services. Please join me in applauding him. Sanjay Ahuja, Verizon Senior Director, Software Development and Cloud Technologies. Jason Savard, AT&T VP Product Development Engineering and Purple Foundation Platinum Board Director. John Valdez, Frontier Communications Vice President, Network Architecture and Purple Foundation Platinum Board Director. Oscar Leal, Vodafone Lead Architect and Purple Foundation Gold Board Director. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll have a seat here as well. And you have the mics. Awesome. Perfect. So just quickly to introduce and set up the stage, I'm very grateful that you are here with us today. Grateful to you as operators supporting the Purple Foundation deployments, and grateful to you, our attendees and guests here that are so keen to be always with us for all these events where we share, and we are delighted to share with you our advancements, our progress, our deployments, and from time to time our challenges. Yes, our challenges as well. Because challenges are part of our daily life in the personal side and also on the business side. And more precisely on the business side, for the Operators Roundtable of today, we're going to have a different set of questions, different from what we had previously. Before we do that, I would like to ask our panelists to quickly introduce themselves, say a few words about themselves and their company. Laurent, maybe please you start.
Yes, hello to everybody. I'm Laurent Feurer from Orange France. I think the first time Orange France is speaking in this summit, so that's a good sign.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and actually I'm Director of Product Marketing in Orange France, and especially in charge of the CPEs, broadband.
Thank you.
Good morning, this is Sanjay Ahuja. I am Senior Director in Verizon, and I am in software development for the home domain, which includes migration of the routers to the Purple for new and upcoming routers. And then Des mentioned about the home app, so I do the software development for the home app and then the value-added services.
Thank you.
Hi, Jason Savard, AVP of Technology at AT&T, responsible for the CPE and associated management systems.
Hi, I'm John Valdez. I'm over the innovation team for network architecture at Frontier.
Hello, everyone. Oscar Leal from Vodafone, working as a lead architect for home and services solution. So it's good to be here, and thank you for the invitation. And it's a pleasure to be here with all of you also.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much again, everyone. As I said, this roundtable is very close to my heart. Operators are key for deployments always, for any single technology, for every single advancement, for every single foundation and project. They are the soul and the spirit of the success. So it has been always very important for me personally to moderate this roundtable. And questions on these roundtables always have touched upon the value-added services in the past, and I trust most of you have attended the previous roundtables. Value-added services that differentiate operators among themselves, and it's a tough competition market. I would like now to have a look at this differently and see, and to look some of the challenges, and then for the sake of the roundtable timing, I will pick two panelists to share their experience. So, what do you think about the purple differentiators, the broadband differentiators? What are the key broadband differentiators that are today or will be in the future, and how do you think purple can actually help in this regard? What about Jason and Oscar? Yes, AT&T and Vodafone. Thank you.
I'll start. For us, for a long time in our history, we've been trying to get enough bandwidth that the customer is happy. And I think we've got to that point with the fiber deployments. And so going forward, we see the big differentiator as software and applications that we can offer on the device. And so by leveraging Purple to do a lot of the development for the basic blocking and tackling of the Wi-Fi and the router, we can spend more time and have a bigger ecosystem of third-party developers that we can partner with to kind of deploy these applications.
Thank you, Jason. Oscar?
Okay, so from previous years or always, operators, they like to sell speed. Okay, so but today's speed is not anymore enough. Exactly. So we need to find other ways to innovate. So initiatives that we have here in Purple, like LCM, that brings third-party applications that can bring much more innovation and much faster and with less cost. And things like AI, machine learning, for sure, are things that we'll have in the future. Wi-Fi sensing that will help in the future. It's an enabler for healthcare, but also as a security. So all of these things, I think, we'll have in the future, in the near future, actually. How Purple can help. So it's already doing that. As Purple, it's very good. It's a very good foundation that can help companies to bring together all of them, not only operators, also third-party application developers, OEMs, stock vendors, all of them, they have the door open in Purple to contribute. So I think having them discussing, defining requirements, defining testing, and standardize them, it's what Purple can help. So I truly believe in this.
Very delighted to hear that, gentlemen. This becomes more and more interesting. Let me think. The most important benefit that Purple brings to the market. Maybe Laurent from Orange and John from Frontier can share the insight with us. I would appreciate that.
Okay, I will start. So for Orange and for Orange France especially, Purple is first a cost. It's a huge cost, a one-shot cost. So, but obviously behind that there is some big benefits. Many benefits actually. So it's quite hard to say what is the most important benefits. But clearly, from an operational point of view, after our discussion with our partner, with Softatom, it's very clear that once you say that for any new CPU's project, your chipset vendor, your OEM need to port Purple, and then you can focus yourself only on what is Orange specific. I think Mark from Softatom was speaking about 50% of the work, but yes, it's more like that. That means 50% of the work is pushed to the vendor through Purple. It's standardized, actually. That's a good thing. And you can really focus your effort, probably reduce also your resource on this specific part. So I think it's really key. Maybe the second point is just about, we speak a lot about innovation, so I won't repeat what has already been said, and maybe best said that I will do it. But that's clear that breaking down this fragmentation barrier for a new service integration, third-party service integration is very interesting to me. Honestly, I cannot say, I don't know if there will be an explosion of services or something like that, but one thing I'm pretty sure, if at least I can reduce my delay to just implement a new service for my customer, it will be a big gap already, and this is a big benefit. And probably the last one, though there is 3 benefits, I don't answer the question, but I think the 3 benefits are important. It's more about maybe the supply security, clearly, and especially in increasingly unstable world. I think this is absolutely key to have a better choice for the different stakeholders of the value chain, and from the chipset vendor SOC to the application developers. And if you need to replace one of these actors of the value chain, you can do it in a really less expensive way.
Very well explained, Laura. Thank you for sharing your insight. John?
So when we think about introducing it, I think the key thing that we found was we were able to get to RFP almost immediately. You guys had set up all the infrastructure so we could almost cut and paste it in. That was great. I think when we play all the scenarios out, the most strategic part of it is going to become the LCM platform and the security platform. We're just a few steps away from enabling a world where, let's say you had a big box store and they had professional services, we'll call them nerd herd, so I'm not being sued by anybody. And they wanted access into your customer so that they can make sure that the network is actually set up right while they're on a professional tech support type call. There's nothing to stop Purple from not only engaging and being in the middle of that, they could even start monetizing that, but there's all sorts of extensions that you can put on top of LCM. It's the framework, as the gentleman mentioned earlier. This is the right framework. This is the right way to implement that.
Many thanks, John. That brings us to challenges. I promised we'll talk about challenges, and not just things we praise, but also the main challenges. What do you think would be the main challenge for the introduction of Purple? And I would like to pick Sanjay from Verizon and Jason from AT&T for their experience in the field. Sanjay, please go first.
Sure. So I'm a glass half full guy. So I know I have to speak about challenges, but I'll start with the router that Des was showing in her keynote that we are rolling out this year with Purple. We had a lot of fun with our partners developing that. We had a lot of challenges. We hit roadblocks, but those were anticipated and part of the growing pains, but I think we will overcome those. Having said that, Verizon has been offering broadband from past 2 decades, 20 years of Fios rollout, and we have a lot of legacy routers. To migrate a lot of them to Purple, there will be support needed from all of our hardware partners. They have been offering strong support, but more is needed for us to migrate all the legacy debt to Purple, and that's how we'll have an efficient rollout. From business point of view, our business team definitely would like to have this rollout as cost-effective as possible. There are support aspects of it. We don't want a home to be a mix and match of Purple and legacy routers. It just does not work very well. Right? So when you're migrating a router in the home, you also want to migrate the extender to the Purple. So there are those challenges that we have to avoid or overcome.
Thank you, Sanjay. That's the key. Jason.
All right. For us, there's kind of 2 big pieces of this. The first is moving the development team from our proprietary code over to kind of Purple, getting them trained, them understanding the lower level bits of how module A connects to module B, And as we transition, how does our legacy proprietary module need to connect to that in the interim? So that has been a little bit of a challenge for us. The second is less purple and more kind of inside the company is, we've done proprietary stuff for a long time. And so getting everybody to understand and get on board with, hey, this is the way that we need to do it. It's going to be a lot more efficient. You can still get the benefits that you want from, the new feature. We just need to implement it in a manner that is standardized so that we can leverage, development that was done by others and honestly contribute development we do for the good of the foundation. So those have been the two biggest challenges for us up to this point.
Thank you so much, Jason. This takes us very nicely to the next question here, which is coming to explain business-wise the benefits of the rollout, deployment, standing on the Purple Foundation. Some of the key points that we always hear, and especially ourselves here with our background, standardization, interoperability, certification are the key three words that help any deployment to go fast, accelerate, and get supported. I would like you to develop a little bit on how do you see business-wise the certification program, the benefits that it should bring. What do you expect the certification program from Purple Foundation to develop? And from the angle of Orange, Laurent, and then Vodafone, Oscar, I would appreciate your insights.
Let's go. Okay, I go.
Go ahead.
So clearly, on my side, this certification program is just absolutely key. It's really a key feature of the program. It's absolutely key versus our strategy. I mean, basically, Purple is about creating a standard platform. That means fragmentation must be absolutely avoided. That means standardization, but be absolutely enforced, and I expect the Purple certification to do that. Basically, it's quite similar to what Android is doing as well. But if we manage that, I think it's really very significant because it's clearly changed the game of the rule of the game. Sorry, I mean at least for Orange, if you want to candidate to the future RFP. That means that your chipset vendor, you need to be certified, proper certificate. You need to get this certification. Even the OEM need to be certified, and it will be one of the key entry criteria for the RFP. Otherwise, you are just not invited. That's absolutely clear.
Happy to hear that, Laurent. Thank you.
Yeah, but that means the certification needs to be at the right level because it's also a driver of quality.
Definitely. This is what the industry expects from us. Thank you.
I completely agree with your words. So the certification program that Purple has today, it's the smart step. Other foundations like BBF and wireless Wi-Fi Alliance, sorry. They do similar things, more focus on standards. Here, today we have already the high-level API. I hope and other things will come, like low-level APIs, but also something for LCM and application development. I hope this will happen in the future, and we'll work on that. So it's a key for ensuring that we have a trust environment, also that we can save costs when trying to integrate multi-hardware or multi-SOC vendors. So having this certification program can also save a lot of time to market. So it's a key here. I agree. So we should, as Purple, continue to invest on this and grow the certification programs. Everyone will benefit for sure.
Thank you so much, Laurent and Oscar. I cannot be more delighted to hear these explanations, because these are always maybe the most boring words of the industry: certification, standardization, interoperability. We hear all the time, and it's a difficult path always. But these are the key words of the successful process.
Testing is difficult.
And thank you for explaining that from the operator's point of view to everybody.
Yeah, testing is difficult.
Thank you so much. What else, if we look forward now after understanding all these elements, let's think of the key technological trends, because the industry is evolving at a very rapid pace on all frameworks, but especially the innovation of the broadband CPE market and what Purple needs to do to leverage, contribute to, so that these trends and innovations are sustainable. What do you think these innovations can be, and how Purple needs to leverage? I would like to pick Verizon, Sanjay, and John from Frontier to share your insights.
Okay. So Verizon is committed to offer broadband to its rural and underserved communities. We feel that the way to do that is 5G and LTE home. So one of the things that Purple will have to work towards is maturing its compatibility or support for FWA devices. For the best in class Wi-Fi, we think that Wi-Fi 7, maturing Wi-Fi 7 is also important. From consumer point of view, Des already mentioned that we are looking to build security, privacy, and ease of use as the key factors in our routers. We feel that without having consumer data within the home, the next generation of use cases, whether they are energy management or healthcare, just going to be a tough sell for the customers. Similarly, building in stacks that allow onboarding the smart home devices with ease like Matter is important. What else? I think that's all.
So I think one of the key things that we're going to see, you have Wi-Fi 7 that's come out, but you also have the starts of Wi-Fi 8 and the quality of experience that that's going to bring. And so when you tie that together with whether it's fixed wireless or whether it's fiber, one of the key benefits you're going to get out of that is low latency. So identifying what of these requirements need to be executed. Let's say it's an MPU that you have inside your CPE. What do you need to execute inside the home? What do you need to execute inside the central office? Or what do you need to go out to a remote data center for, because it's much larger of a problem. So embracing that, putting some standards around that, especially around the security of that, I think that's going to be key. As if we look at the handset market and the laptop market, you're seeing NBUs put into everything. And there's quite a bit of data that's being captured and then sent to a cloud. It's not necessarily being secured. So getting in front of that, I think, is going to be an item that we need to not only leverage from a benefit point of view, but also from a customer security point of view, making sure that that's secured.
Thank you so much. In the essence of time here, I think this takes me to my last question before I might open the floor so that you can maybe think of one question from the audience. And I would like to ask, how will Purple Foundation and Purple ecosystem in general will change the way CPE products for operators are done? How do you see that? And then maybe Jason from AT&T, then Sanjay from Verizon, and Oscar from Vodafone. That would be an interesting combination to hear your thoughts.
So for us, the big opportunity is the way we did software before. We would pick a hardware supplier, and then we would have to work with them right from the beginning. You know, work on the board bring up, work on, you know, porting our software over. And so it took a while before we could get to a point where we could start the hardware validation, and even longer until we could do software testing. So 12 to 18 month cycle for new CPE. What we're really looking forward to here is sending out an RFP, having more flexibility on the chipsets that are used, and then the OEM delivering us their hardware running generic purple so that we have a starting point that is well in front of what we used to be able to start in. That'll reduce the cost for us to implement. It'll reduce the time to market for that. And so for us, that's a big win that we weren't able to do with our proprietary software.
Thank you, Jason. John?
I think both John and Jason mentioned about the RFP process. It does help a lot in the RFP process. All of our legacy routers in the past, we went through months of RFP process with deliberations over the compatibility of software and hardware requirements. And at the end of months of development, you figure out the surprises that come out of it because something was misinterpreted. I'm happy to say that with the routers that we are developing currently, our partners have been able to test their BSP with the version of Purple that is available, and then commit to the software requirements or the business requirements that we have been laying out. So that has greatly reduced the surprise element of Purple, and then it also, I would say, spreads out the cost of development across different clients for the operators, and it then reduces the cost for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay. Oscar?
Okay, from our side, Vodafone is a little bit special here because we are RDK, okay, but we have Purple components. Why do we have this? It's because we see the value that Purple can bring to innovation. We have a good example that in our case, we are using Purple LCM in RDK, and that is allowing a lot of innovation and also time to market to integrate different services. This is one of the benefits. The standardization is, I think, one of the most powerful things that we have here in Purple, that we can standardize most of the requirements that are being discussed across the different working groups. It's compared with other foundations. That is a key, element. And for sure that is helping on RFQs and RFQs because you have requirements well defined for the different areas, including security, bootloader, high-level API. So everything is mainly standardized using also common Linux API. So that is a big benefit, and it's increasing. It's helping on time to market here. But also reduce a lot of costs because we share the effort between the operators and not only operators. So,
thank you so much. I'm delighted to hear that, and precisely because at the Purple Summit in Dallas just a few months back, right in May, we are talking about the wave and the mindset from wishing to join Purple Foundation to become Purple addicted. We had that discussion in Dallas, and now I see this Purple delighted. And it's amazing to see that from the value-added services now, operators see the value in being so active in Purple Foundation, and it is the core business and value Purple Foundation to be so open and allow so much collaboration between all the members, between all the vendors, with the guidance from the operators. This is something that we have working hard on supporting, and it's thanks to you, to your contributions, to your guidance, that this is possible and can accelerate the deployments. So thank you so much. One question from the audience, maybe. Okay, hearing none, it means we explained everything very well.
It's clear.
Randy, yes? Yes? Oh, a mic? I'll give you the mic.
Just a quick question, knowing we've got just a couple minutes left. So as part of the operator community, just at a low level, we've been discussing the retail space. So from a CPE perspective, operator community, We depend on the OEMs, the manufacturers to work very closely with us as the operator community. But the question I have in general, and this is probably going to stimulate more talk than we have time for, and that is from a retail perspective, knowing that as we open up the standard implementation of Purple, now that brings upon the opportunity of working with, let's just say, the retail manufacturers for things such as extenders, Wi-Fi extenders. But if it's tied to our Purple initiative, what is your viewpoints on how we might be able to move forward? What are our concerns in that area? Again, I know we don't have a lot of time, but I think it's worthwhile thinking through if there's some answers to that.
Thank you so much, Randy and Wojtek, for helping. Would everyone like to say a few comments replying to this before we end?
I think I can start. As operators, we have a lot of our services as managed services. So we tightly control what firmware is sitting in the customer's home and how the service is being operated. With retail devices in the home, it just makes it a little bit challenging to offer the same level of service or to troubleshoot the service offline, but it does open up the market to a better competitiveness.
So like I was saying earlier, I think if we construct an LCM framework and maybe Purple adds another module that allows for authorization and access, you could then work with those big box stores or those over-the-top service providers and actually grant access into that customer's home on a temporary basis, specific to a data model that we would define in the BBF or some standards body, to allow the appropriate level of data to be shared. So that way they can do the remotely troubleshooting from the geek nerd herd type service that the customer has purchased. So there's a whole new avenue here of different places to monetize.
Okay, then, hearing all of that, I wish to thank you so much, Laurent, Sanjay, Jason, John, and Oscar. This has been an amazing roundtable. Thanks to your contributions. We have so much to learn from you. And just to share with the audience, there are other operators-focused sessions at Network X during the week that we heartily invite you to join and hear more from them. We have so much to listen to them and learn from them to follow the acceleration of the deployments wave. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being with us here.